Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So, welcome to the world of engineering design, or creative engineering design, what we call. So, you have been in the first semester, you had a course on creative design. It was focusing more on the appearance and other aspects of design. So, from here onwards, we will be starting the engineering aspect of design. Okay. So, this course is basically titled as Functional and Conceptual Design, that is ED 1011, Functional and Conceptual Design. So what we'll be looking at in this course is how do you identify the functions needed in a product, and then how do we develop a concept for satisfying these functions. So that is going to be the focus of this course. I will explain all these things as we progress, as we move forward. But as you can see here, you are seeing many products over here. Okay. So all of you can identify these products, right? What is this product? So can you identify this product? What is this one? Please, louder. Printer. Next one. Okay. So you are saying this is a projector, right? Okay. We'll see it later. What is this one? Stapler and okay. So the corner one, this one, can you have a close look at it and then tell me what actually it is? Oh, okay, cooking. What is that? Oh, safe. Okay, so for keeping valuables. Okay, 1877. Do you get something from there? Camera. 1877. Anything to do with camera? Yes? What is it? That's not a camera. That was the phone. Okay? That was the first phone, or that was how a phone looked like long ago. Right? Now, look at this product. This one. Safety pin. Right? How many of you use safety pin? How many of your parents use safety pin? How many of your grandparents use safety pin? Was it the same as this? Yes. So your grandparents use the same kind of safety pin. Your parents use the same kind of safety pin. You are using the same kind of safety pin. And probably the next generation also will be using the same kind of safety pin. Right? So now look at this product and this product. What is the difference here? The phone, which was developed long ago, has changed a lot, right? Now the current phone has nothing to do with this shape. The shape or the structure or the form of the product has completely changed in the last 150 or 200 years. But the safety pin remains as the same as what it was 100 years ago or 150 years ago. What's the reason? Why the safety pin remains as the same, and why other products keep changing its shape, size, many things? What is the reason for that? Pardon? Simpler, yes. Pardon? Convenient to use, yes. Yes. So probably that is one of the reasons. A better design has not come to the market, right? Everything looks simple now. Okay, I mean, for phone also at that point of time, that was the simplest that you can have. Okay, but then people started working on it. They came up with better design, better functionalities and many things. So In the case of safety pin, what happened was that nobody could come up with a better, simpler design which will meet the same purpose of its use, right? So, if you look at any product in the market, you will be able to see these two important aspects of a product. So, one is the purpose of that product, or we call it as the function of the product. A function of the product is basically what the product is supposed to do. Okay, what is it doing? So that is basically known as the function of a product. So if you take the printer, the current printer and the printer 50 years ago, it's doing the same thing. Okay, maybe you added few things, but basically it is providing you the same kind of output, or the same output purpose it is being used. That means its function remained the same. There was no change in the function of the product. And what changed? What changed in the phone? From this phone to this phone, or the current mobile phone, whatever it is. What was it changed? Pardon? Design. Okay, so design has changed. So then how do we design? How do we define design? So what actually changed is the form of the product. Okay, so function and form. So these are the two important aspects of any product. Whatever product you design, whatever product you see in the market, these two aspects will be always the core of that particular product. That is, what it has to supposed to do, and how is it able to do that, in what way it is being able to do that. So this is the form of the product. So any product design surround, or it's actually concerned with only two aspects of the product, that is the function and form of the product. Okay, so the function is basically what the product is supposed to do, and the form is how is it able to do that, or what is the way things change. So the things can actually be changed in technology, it can change in the appearance, it can be changed by color, or whatever it is. So a design is basically looking at the function of a product and then finding a form to satisfy that function. If you can actually match these two things, then you are getting a new product. Okay, so the whole concept, the whole course is basically designed to find out how do we identify the functions needed in a product, and then how do we give a shape or a structure to the product, or how do we identify the form of the product. So in this course, we'll be looking at the functional aspect of the product, and then the conceptual aspect. So conceptual aspect is how do we actually develop a concept or the form to satisfy the need. So basically we will be looking at these two aspects, the functional aspects and the conceptual aspects, and then see how do we actually understand for a new product, or modifying an existing product, or coming up with a completely out of the box idea of having a new product. So whatever may be, we need to understand the functions of the product and how do we actually provide these functions in the product, and that is basically the concepts, developing the concept. So we'll be looking at these two aspects of the product design, that is the functional aspect and the conceptual aspect of designing a product. It can be a new product, it can be a modifying an existing product, or it can be completely reworking or coming up with a totally new concept which nobody thought of. So that kind of design, or that is the whole idea of this course. How do we actually identify the functions and form of a product? Okay, any questions? Okay, please feel free to ask me questions in case you are not sure, or you feel that something, because this course is more of on the a little bit on the philosophical aspect, or bit on the conceptual design. So it's not really equations or hardcore theory, but it is more of how do we actually look at products and then develop products. So in case you feel that, oh, some of the concepts seems to be not correct, or you feel that something can be changed, please feel free to discuss so that we will make it more interesting. Okay, so as I told you, the the idea of this course is basically to introduce you to the design process, but we want to ensure that you understand. So engineering design is basically a structured process. So people have been designing products for a long time. They have been making products, and even without engineering design or without any engineers, people have been designing many products. But when we talk about creative engineering design, we need to have a structured process to design the product. So we'll be introducing the structured process, and then telling you how do we actually go step by step and come up with new concepts for product development. So that is going to be the idea of this course. Okay, so what are the learning outcomes of this course? First is basically learn the importance of systematic design process. So as I told you, the engineering design is a structured process. So we need to understand the systematic design process in product design and identify various steps involved in the design process. So as I told you, since it's a process, there will be various steps involved. So we want to learn what are these various steps involved, and then learn and practice the contemporary theories of effective product design. So there are a lot of theories people have proposed. So we look at some of those theories and then see how these theories can be used in various steps of the design process. And then, as I told you, learn the importance of function and form in the design process. So function and form becomes the core of this design process. And then apply this process for product development. So at the end of this course, you should be confident enough to design or redesign a product from the engineering design perspective. So that is the whole idea. At the end of this course, you should be able to come up with the designs, or you should be able to approach a design problem, apply these principles and come up with a design. So that is the whole outcome, the learning outcome that we are expecting from you in this course. Okay, so the syllabus for this course is as here. So we'll be starting with an overview of the design process, and then we look at how do we start from the customer. Yes, any product design start with the customer, or there should be a customer for any product. So we'll try to see how do we identify the needs of a customer, or what are the ways in which we can identify the customer needs, and then we go to the functional design. Okay, we'll see how can we convert the needs of the customer to functions in the product, because if you want to satisfy the customer, there should be something in the product which will actually meet those needs of the customer, and this is done by converting the needs into the functions, and which can be provided in the product. And then we look at the architecture, that is the form design part, architecture of the product, and then how do we generate concepts for the new products, because you have to be different from others, or you cannot have the same kind of design form for your product. So we look at how do we actually design, generate concepts, and then when you have a large number of concepts, how do you do the concept selection and evaluation of these concepts. So these are the parts that we will be covering in this course. And design involves a lot of other things also, because we need to do a lot of analysis, structural analysis, its capabilities and all. I mean, in terms of the forces, moments and things like that. We will not be covering that in this course, because we will be learning these things in the courses that will be coming up in the following semester. So this course will be focusing more on the functional and conceptual aspect of design process. And the reference book is basically, this book is what I will be following, K. Otto and K. Woods. It's a product design book on product design. It has got an Indian edition. So if you are interested, you can actually buy one copy and keep it. It's a good book which will be useful for you later also. And there are other reference books also, like Ullman, The Mechanical Design Process, and Paula and Bates, Engineering Design. So whenever I use these reference books for some chapters, I will mention that, so that you can actually go through that book also. Better to have this first book for a personal copy of yours, so that you will be able to refer to that whenever you need this. Okay. All right. So the grading will be like this. You will be having assignments. So you will be having 2 assignments which has got 10 marks or 10%. And then you have a laboratory component part of this course. So every Wednesday, 2 p.m. you have a laboratory course. So this is more of practicing what you learn in the class. So we'll be learning some theory in the class, and we'll try to practice this in the laboratory. Okay, so this will be done in PD lab. PD lab is ED 304, right? I think 304. Just opposite to the staircase. ED 304 is PD lab. So all of you need to be there at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So the first Wednesday, that is the day after tomorrow, there is no class, it's a holiday. So the first session will be on 22nd January in ED 304. All right. Okay. So let us talk a little bit about some general aspects of design process. So I will not be starting the actual engineering design process today. We will slowly get into that process. First of all, I want to make you to come to the stage where you can think of new product development. So let us look at some of those existing things and then see how people work on these aspects. Okay, so before that, let me introduce myself. So all of you, I hope you know my name. I am Ashokan. I teach a few courses on product design, robotics, and mechatronic system design. So basically, my research area is robotics. So I teach robotics, mechatronic system design, and engineering system design. Okay, so these are some of the basic things which I can create. So whenever we develop products, we used to file patents. So we have filed around 18 patents for various designs of products as well as technologies. So you can contact me on this email. That is, okay, this is the email. My email is official email ashok@iitm.ac.in. So make sure that you use the name ASOK. Don't use ASHOK. It will go to someone else. So make sure that you use, if at all you want to contact me, please send email to me. Or you can call me, or in case you want to meet me, you can always meet me in ED 115. This is my room, office room. So in case you have any questions, you want to discuss something, you can always come and meet me in ED 115. All right. So let's go back to a little bit a step back and then think about what do we need to design and what are the factors which actually leads to new designs. Okay, a few years ago, or maybe 15-20 years ago, people were worried about how to make things. Okay, you know you have something to change, you want to automate something, or you want to increase the production. So those questions were at that time was, okay, how to make things, okay, or how to manufacture, what are the ways in which you can manufacture and things like that. And in the last few years, things have changed a lot. People are more informed, they want more comforts, they want more amenities, they want more products which actually gives them much more capabilities, and etc., etc. And that's why the things change to what to make. Okay? That is, what we can make to help people, or how can we make new products to help people in their day-to-day activities, or to improve the comfort of people. So that is what actually known as, that is what the where from it comes, that is what to make. So what to make is something which we need to design. Okay, what can I design for a particular application or a particular thing? So the current challenge is basically to look at what to make, and this is answered normally by something called innovation through creation through design. That is innovative creation through design. So you need to create something with innovative products, and that can actually come through design. So innovative creation through design is the core of any new product. So you have to be very innovative. You have to look at how can you make a difference, or how can you make things different from existing, and then at the same time meet the customer satisfaction or the satisfaction of the people, and that actually is a hit in the markets. So people make a lot of things, but it may not really satisfy the customers and it may fail. So the purpose is basically to meet the desires of contemporary society, and when you try to meet the desires of contemporary society, then we call it a creative engineering design. That is, there is a need for something in the market and people are looking for it, and if you can satisfy that through innovative methods, then we call it as creative engineering design. So the whole purpose of any design is to meet the customer's requirements. So as long as you can meet the customer requirement, satisfy the customers, then you are actually doing a creative engineering design. So this design happen almost every time. Okay, so the designs keep on happening, and in the creative engineering design, you can actually see there are two major aspects to creative engineering design, and these are basically known as engineering design and industrial design. That is, you want to develop a product, and this product has got two aspects. One is that it has to meet the customer's requirement, that is in terms of what it has to do. But at the same time, you need to attract the people also. The people should feel comfortable in using this. So these things actually come through two aspects of any design, that is the engineering design and industrial design. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between these two? Or have you heard of industrial design? Yes or no? No. Okay. Engineering design you have heard because you are here, right? Okay. So let us look at how the product cycle happens. See, any product, any new product which comes, so it actually comes from the technology. So there are a lot of researchers develop a lot of technologies in laboratories. For example, people come up with 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, etc. These are all technologies, right? You have a technology for communication. People come with Bluetooth, USB, and many other technologies. People come with microprocessors, microcontrollers. These are the technologies. They are not really products. Now, somebody will look at, okay, now I have a 5G technology. What can I do with this? How can I use this to help the people? Or how can I satisfy the needs of a customer using this technology? So that is where the conversion of technology to product comes. So you have the science and technology part where people will be developing technologies, science and technology, and then somebody will look at, okay, how can I convert this to a product? And then when you develop a product, you have a society which uses that product. So any product design has these three elements combined together. You have the society or the people or the customer who will be using the product, and there will be somebody who will be designing the product, and then somebody who will be developing the technology. So these three work together to develop new products. That's why we are getting better and better products. That's why you get iPad and iPhone and many things, because there are someone who developed technology, and there are someone who can convert that technology to product, and there are someone who makes sure that this product is accepted by the society. So the interlinked activities of these three actually leads to creative design. So science and technology generates knowledge, and the needs of the product also leads to research, because you want some product to do something, you don't have the technology, so somebody will start working on the technology, research, and then develop technology. So it's in a cycle. So you have the knowledge and the needs, and then the product will do some service to the people. That is, it will meet the requirements of the customer or the society. And again, it is in a cycle, because society is asking more, then you have to develop a better product. And when you have to develop a better product, you need to have better technology. So it keeps on working in this cycle. So this is how the researchers, designers, and the society fall into a single loop, and then keep developing products for meeting the requirements of the customer. So this part is basically what I actually discussed with the product functions. That is, the functions needed in a product can be developed through technology. So you can develop new technology to meet the product functions, and the product form is basically how do you make sure that this actually meets the customer's requirement. So you have the function and the form. So the function is what the product is to do, and form is how the product is to do the function. So the technology helps you to develop these functions, and then somebody converts that into the requirements of the customer, or a proper shape, size, ergonomics, everything is designed and then got into this society. So you have a function and form in the design process. And where is the engineering design comes here? So this part is basically known as engineering design. That is, how do you convert technologies to products to meet some requirements? And the industrial design comes, how do we actually make sure that the society accepts it? So society has got specific requirement. They want a particular color, they want a particular shape, they want a particular ergonomics. I mean, the way you can use, how to make it user friendly. All these things are coming under the industrial design aspects, where the focus is more on appearance, shape, size, ergonomics, user friendliness. All these are basically the industrial design aspect, and the engineering design aspect is more on how do you convert technology to products, and how do you identify the functions needed, how do we develop a concept for that function and develop the product. So this product, when you don't have this link, this link will be a prototype which will be available in the laboratory, which nobody can use. Now, people won't be able to use it directly, but when it is connected like this, then you have a product which can actually go to the market. So engineering designers and industrial designers, when they work together, you have a fully usable product coming out of the market. So this is how we can actually differentiate the role of engineering designers and the industrial designers. So industrial designers are more of what you call the soft side of the design, and engineering designers are on the hard side of the design, where they look at the engineering aspect of the product, make sure that it will meet all the requirement. For example, if you take the design of a car, what will be the role of engineering designers in the design of a car? What will be their role? Yes? Yeah, so they make sure that it can actually achieve a particular speed, and it can actually will be comfortable. There will not be any accident. Safety will be considered. The failure will be considered, that it will not fail under different conditions. So all those engineering aspects will be considered by the designers or engineering designers. And the industrial designers will look at the shape of the car, the color combination, how do we actually organize the dashboards, where do you keep your speedometer or your engine speed and all those things, and where do you provide the air conditioning vents. All those things are basically considered by the industrial designers, because that is more of a user friendliness, acceptance of the customer. So this is how where the combined acts of designers, engineering designers and the industrial designers comes into play. Okay, any questions? Okay, so now the value of a product is directly dependent on whether they are accepted by society. So any product is not accepted by society is of no value. However innovative your design is, however good your design is, if it is not accepted by the society, then it's of no value. That is a fundamental principle in product design. So you can be very creative, the product can be very innovative, but sometimes people don't accept it. There can be various reasons. But generally, if the society is not accepting a product, then we say that it is not good for use, or it's not a good design. Okay, so goods products that nobody uses are considered to be meaningless. There is no value for such products, and therefore the fundamental idea of any product development, product design is to make sure that it is accepted by the society or somebody is there to buy your product. If that is not there, then there is no point in developing the product. And that is why we need to have creative design process which will ensure that there is a need for it and there is a way to make sure that it is accepted by the society. And whatever you do, there are many cases where actually products still fail, but then at least we can ensure that we follow a process to make sure that the product is accepted by the society. Okay. I already explained this. Creativity is often considered as an evaluation of meeting the desires of the society. So, how creative you are is basically decided by how much it is accepted by the society. Okay. It's applicable to many things also. So, how good you are a teacher is decided by how the students value your classes, right? The same thing. So, if you want to be a creative designer, then you need to make sure that the design is accepted by the society. If it is not accepted, that means it's not creative. You might have worked a lot, you might have put a lot of efforts, but to make sure that it's acceptable, you need to work on the aspects of customer satisfaction. And creativity is basically a measure of proximity to what is desirable. That is, there is something which is desired by the society, and you have to make sure that it is accepted, and there is a proximity to the desires. All right. So let us do a first reading assignment for you. This is you don't need to submit it, but I want you to read this paper, which talks about understanding influences on engineering creativity and innovation, a biographical study of 12 outstanding engineering designers and innovators. This was published in 2013. It talks about designers or 12 outstanding designers from the history, and then see how they influenced the society through their creative and innovative designs. All these slides will be available on Moodle. I hope all of you have got access to Moodle. So you can actually go through the slides later also. You don't need to really copy everything. But if you want to note down something, you are always welcome. So what influenced the creativity and innovation of world famous designers? How do they relate to one another? And what is the implication of this on education for engineering design creativity? Just for you to read and understand. You don't need to submit anything at this stage. And I will tell you what is to be submitted later when there is an assignment. I will tell you how to submit. Okay. So let us look at the creativity of people and how these things actually happen. So you will see that a lot of creative things happen in the world. Every day you will see there is something is happening in the world. So for example, this canopy stair, a portable staircase for a tree climber, cycling, a signal indicator for cyclists. And like this, there are a lot of other things also where you will see this kind of toothpaste squeezer, then modern knife set, laser projection virtual keyboards, wearable nail polish holder, cookie mug with biscuit holder. So sometimes you will see that people go for meetings, they'll be holding a cup of coffee, and then they will be having something else in their hand, so they cannot hold their biscuit. So this is a way to satisfy the customer. So if you look at that, all these design, you will see that there is some creativity in these products. Every product has got some creativity. But how much it is accepted by the society depends on so many other factors. You don't see many cups with a biscuit holder in the market because that is not really accepted by the society as a need. So, but that does not mean that it is not creative in this way, but it is very innovative designs. Unfortunately, acceptance is very low. I'm not sure whether you have seen this video. So this is a new cycle design. Some of you might have seen this, where there is no chain for transmission. It's basically a leg motion which actually converts to rotary motion. So basically there is no rotary motion by the leg, it's only a up and down motion, and that is converted to a rotary motion in the cycle. So you get a new cycle design. And these are some of the other creative designs. Again, you can see here Again, it's a coffee cup holder with umbrella. And so what is this? What vada it is? Medu vada. Okay. How many of you had medu vada? How many of you had eaten medu vada? No? Okay. You are not. So what is the difference between a medu vada and a paripu vada? You know paripu vada, that is dal vada. What is the difference? Hole. Yeah. Not the hole in the middle, right? So one of the challenges in making medu vada is making the hole, right? So that's why people find it very difficult to make medu vada because of the hole in the middle of the vada. So why do we need that hole there? What is the reason? Anybody? Pardon? So basically it will get the center portion properly boiled or properly cooked because you have larger area for oil contact, right? So making this medu vada is a skilled work, right? You need to have some skill to do that. So there is a company which actually was working on this kind of product. Basically the products which are basically for the dosha, idli and all those, they make the dough, right? So for to get the make dosa. So this company was trying to make a product which can actually provide you vada without any efforts, or you can make a medu vada without any efforts. That is, you don't need to be a skilled person to make this. You just use this and their product, you can actually automatically make this vada. So there was a need from customers that want to de-skill the activity. That is, the product need not be made by you don't need a skilled person to make this product. And that is when a company in Bangalore, you might have heard about ID, right? This company, ID is the one which actually makes lot of this kind of products for dosa, idli and all. You can go and get ready-made ingredients and make it. So this company came up with a product, as you can see that there on the right side. This product is like a package, and it has got a cap at the bottom of this, at the top side of it. There is a particular design. So the moment you squeeze this in this tube, you will actually get a shape with a central hole. So without having any particular effort, you will be able to make medu vada. So that is the product which he came out. He actually did a lot of research, and he did a lot of trials and a lot of effort, and finally he got this product out, and that this product is selling in the market, and this company is actually having a lot of business in the market today. So that is an example for a creative design. So you are actually looking at the requirement of a customer and then trying to a requirement of customers and trying to come up with a design which meets the customer's requirement. So this is what actually needed in the market, where we need to identify the needs of the customer and then come up with designs. So now let us have we have a few minutes, so we'll just look at how good you are as a designer. Can you please take your notebook? All of you have your notebook. Okay, before that, can you identify these two people here? Who are they? Chef, right? So there are, both of them are chef. What is the common thing in these two? What is the common factor in these two pictures? Okay, they are all, both of them are very fat, right? Why are they fat? They eat well, right? They enjoy their food, okay? And that's why they are good chef. Okay, so they are passionate about food. So they are passionate food, so they'll cook food and make sure that food is tasty. They eat and they enjoy. So any profession, if you look at, see, you have to be passionate about what you are doing. So one of the most critical aspects of success in life is that you have to be passionate about what you are doing. And if you are passionate about what you are doing, you will enjoy doing that, and that will lead to better results. So these two people, they like food, they are passionate about food, so they cook food, they cook good food, and they become good chef, right? So this is applicable to designer also. If you want to be a good designer, you have to be passionate about designs. You should be able to appreciate good design. You should be looking for good design. You will see things and you will try to appreciate, oh, that's a good design. So somebody has done that one. So I can also probably work on something like that design. So to become a good designer, you have to be passionate about good design. You should be looking for good design. Whenever you use a product, you should try to find out, oh, what is good about that? How people have actually made that product, and then what are the good things about it, why this be accepted by people, and these things, this analysis will allow you to be a good designer. So one of the most important aspect is to be a good designer is that you have to be passionate about your designs or passionate about design. Then you will be able to come up with better designs. So if you are not appreciating good designs or you don't care about design, you cannot be a good designer, right? So all of you need to keep this in mind and then look for good designs in the markets. So whenever you use a product, look at what is good about that product, how do they actually meet some of the requirements, etc., etc. Okay, so let me ask you a few questions. Please write down what are your most or least favorite car. Okay, if you don't like car, you can write bike also or something else. So please write down what is the most or least favorite car. And you have to write why also. Done? Right. So any volunteers who can tell me what is the most favorite car for you? Somebody? Do you have any favorite car? Lamborghini. Okay. Why? Speed and its look. Yeah, good. Anyone else? Yeah. Tesla Model S. Why? Good looking. Good acceleration. Yeah. Autonomous operation. Okay, good. So you have one from the industrial design aspect, good looking. The performance is coming from the functional design of the product. That is the engineering design. Anyone? One more? Anybody? You don't like cars? Okay, good. Next we'll go to the next one. What is the last product you bought for you or someone else? What was the last product you bought for you or for someone else? And why did you pick that product? Please write down. The third question, what was the product that fascinated you the most for its innovative design or function? What was the product that fascinated you the most for its innovative design or its functioning? Okay, so what is the last product you bought for you or someone else? Yes. What was the product you bought? You don't remember. Okay. Water bottle. Okay, good for you. Yeah. Why did you choose that one? Okay. Okay, so it meets your size requirements and color requirements, right? And somebody? Yes, you. Yeah. Pen. Okay, so normal pen or special pen? Normal pen. Okay, why did you choose that? Any particular reason? You just wanted it to meet your requirements, right? Function, that's all. Okay. Anyone else? Any other interesting product you bought? Nobody bought anything interesting for you or someone else? For your friend? No. Okay. What was the product that fascinated you the most for its innovative design or function? Anybody? Yes. Okay, automotive braking system. Sorry, anti-lock braking system. Anti-lock braking system. Okay, ABS. Okay. Why? What was the reason? Okay, so you found that it is very good product. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. Galaxy phone. Fold. Okay, Galaxy Fold. And you found it very interesting. Okay, it folds, because of that you like it. Yeah. Motor Racer. Okay, phone. Okay. Okay. Good. So that is the reason why, I mean, you like that design, right? Anyone else like that? Okay. So this is basically for you to now think about whenever you see a product, whenever you buy a product, or whenever you decide to make a product, you need to think about these things and see what is that which actually makes it innovative. So whenever you see a product, please look at that from the design point of or design perspective, and then try to find out what makes the product an innovative one, or why the product is interesting to you, or what actually makes the product successful in the market. Okay, so we'll continue the discussion. We have a few more points to discuss before we get into the design process. So probably in the next class we'll discuss some of these points. So probably next class, if you have any interesting products to answer these questions, we'll discuss that in the next class. Okay.